Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Vignesh, Ishwar. I'm going to be presenting to you all most of our research that has been done till now on Carnatic music, and I'm going to demonstrate to you our interface called Dunya. What you just heard was a recording of Rama De Judave by Sri Vijay Shiva. You just didn't hear anything, you just didn't hear something. You also looked at something over here. There are so many visual cues over here. You'll be curious as to what these are. So, over here we show most of our research output that we have done on Carnatic music till now on the CompMusic project. On this page, we show the details about a recording that we have from a concert in our database. As you can see, there are two panes. The top pane basically shows the waveform of the recording, and to the left of this we have details about the recording that we have from the CD. We have details about the recording that we have automatically computed from the audio, and we have many other analysis details that we also show in this page. So to start, over here on the top, we have the details from the CD, that is the album details. It is from the album Madras 2006. The performing of the song Rama De Judave, the composer Bhadrachal Ramadasar, the Tala, Aditala, Dhanyasi Raga, and we also show the Shruti, the tonic. This tonic is automatically computed from the audio. The tonic, as you can see over here, not so clear, but it's D sharp, about 150 hertz. And we also show the Akshara period of this recording, that is the smallest pulse period of the recording, which is about 177 milliseconds. If you see the right hand side corner over here, we also show the minimum and maximum Akshara period, Akshara pulse period. That is, in this recording, the tempo varies, the Akshara pulse varies between these two values. If you see, there is a white line running over here below the waveform. This white line shows the change in tempo or the change in Akshara pulse as the recording progresses. So, we have a magnified view of the waveform over here, that is just for 8 seconds. Below that, if you see, we have the waveform for the entire recording shown over here for the entire time period. Below this, in the next pane, this is basically the melody representation that we have for this recording. We have extracted the melody automatically, as explained by Sankalp. We have explained the melody automatically, and this basically draws out the pitches that are being sung in this recording. You can also see the pitch histogram that has been computed based on this melody extracted. The pitch histogram basically is a representation of the raga of this recording, just this recording, wherein we have the peaks. It shows the peaks. These peaks correspond to the different swaras that have been sung in this raga, and the height of the peaks correspond to the number of occurrence of the swara, basically, a number of occurrence of the pitch of that swara in this raga, and the width of the peaks correspond to the deviation of that swara in the raga, basically, the gamaka that is being sung on that raga. This is computed from the melody. In this pane, you can see there is a green background. This green background is basically the spectrogram. It is a representation of the tonal quality of the voice. It is the representation of the timbre of the voice that is being sung in this recording. As the recording progresses, as the timbre changes, you can see the background also changes. We also have, I mentioned that we compute the tonic automatically, which is D sharp over here. In this pane, we show two lines. There is a white solid line over here, which is the shajja, the tonic, and the dotted line over here, which is the upper octave shajja, the male shajja, the tonic, next octave of the tonic. On this page, we also show certain similar recordings to this basic recording. That is Rama De Judave and the Raga Dhanyasi. We also show other recordings that are similar. These similarities are content-based similarities that are computed based on the pitch histograms of these recordings and these recordings, the said recording. So, now that we have seen this and we have heard some music and we have looked at all these features of this page, I would like to take you through the journey that we've had, which brought us to this point. And we would like to show you the demonstration for Dunya, which basically brings us to this point, and it culminates over here where we show all our research outputs. Alastair will now talk about Dunya.
Thanks, Vignesh. So as you've heard this word Dunya a lot this morning already. And so this is Dunya, and we're really happy to present it today. So Dunya is a tool that we've been developing for exploring musical cultures using the research that we've been performing as part of the CompMusic project. Just an aside, in case you're interested, why the name Dunya? We specifically chose Dunya because we realized that in the language of many of the cultures, many of the musical cultures that we're working with, Dunya means the same thing. It means world. And so we're hoping to bring together a world of music for your enjoyment here. So, as has already been mentioned, Dunya currently has been designed for presenting Carnatic music, and it presents a lot of the research output that has been performed in the CompMusic project. So, of course, you've already heard Sankop talk earlier, and you'll hear some more research points after this discussion. So what does Dunya do? Well, it collects data from a lot of different data sources and presents them in a way that is intuitive to the user. We hope that the user, we hope that people can use to explore and understand this music. So we're collecting data from a lot of different places. One, for example, is the sort of editorial, textual, factual data about the music that we're presenting in Dunya. So, for example, this is the information you'll see on the back of a CD: the name of the concert, the people who performed in the concert, their instruments that they played, and also the tracks that they played with the raga and tala of these recordings. We're also combining editorial metadata. So this is biographical metadata. So this is information, for example, images of people, biographies of people. We're collecting this information from a few sources. One source is Wikipedia, the online encyclopedia. And we're also collecting data from kucheris.com, which is a Carnatic site with a lot of this type of biographical information. And we're very thankful to them for collaborating with us and providing us with a lot of that information. And finally, of course, because Dunya is a tool for exploring music, we have music, and so we've collected. We've compiled our own collection of music. A lot of this music comes from Chasur, and again, we're very thankful to them for allowing us to use this music for our research. So some details then about the collection that we have. Currently, we have about 250 albums performed with performances by around 400 artists, different artists. And of these albums, of these 250 albums, we have about 2,000 recordings, and these recordings encompass about 250 ragas and 20 talas. So let's try and use this interface and see what kind of features we can give. I'm just going to pop back here, and you see we've got a search box that we can type things into, and so I'm going to search for a person. I know T.M. Krishna is a collaborator on the CompMusic project, and so I'm interested in seeing what Dunya knows about T.M. Krishna. So if I go ahead and type something in and click search, we can see that Dunya is giving us some results, and as expected, we have some information on T.M. Krishna. We've got a picture of him, and we can view more information about that as well. But also we've got these concerts that have shown up, these Krishna Gana Sabha concerts, where the reason that they've shown up is because they have the text Krishna in them. And going back to our original idea of music exploration tools, say iTunes, you get the same sort of feedback in iTunes when you type something and you get everything that matches what you typed in. And so we're really hoping to go a step further than this and say we want to propose a new method of navigating through this music that encompasses cultural knowledge and encompasses musical knowledge about the types of things that we have in our database. So our new navigation method that we're proposing here allows us to select a focal point, an item from the database as a focal point, and present other information that's musically relevant to it. And so for these focal points, we can select different types of information, and these are listed on the left here. So for example, we can select an artist, or we can select a concert, or an instrument that an artist performs, and we can also select raga and tala. And so when we choose one of these items, we're going to show other related information to the item that we've selected. So we're going to start with an example query. And here I've selected Gian Bala Subramaniam. And we see down the bottom here we've got some results. We've got some boxes that show some information that's in our database. First of all, we show the artist, of course, and next the instrument that the artist performs, in this case vocalists, which we treat vocals as a type of instrument. And after this we see a list of concerts that have been performed by the artist that we've selected. So of course now we're starting to combine this information and show different related information. But say, for example, you were interested in one of these concerts, but you're only interested in a concert where Todi Raga was sung. Well, we can do that. We can actually select Raga in the list and come down and find Todi Raga, which should be after S. And if we perform a query by clicking on the query button here, we see that Todi Raga has shown up in this list of results, but the list of concerts has been reduced. We're only showing one concert now, and this is the only concert in our database that contains Todi Raga. So we can ask some other questions as well. Say, for example, you are interested in a relatively rare raga, and so we could select this raga, and when we select the raga, it will tell us musicians who have played this raga, and we see, oh look, Sanjay Subramaniam has performed this raga. Maybe we're interested in seeing why he performed it. What concert of his was this performed in? Well, we can do that exactly as I showed before. We can select a raga specifically, and we can select an artist. And here we see the album in which this raga was performed. So you can see down the bottom here we've got these boxes. Every time we perform a search, we show these boxes which have different bits of information in them, and these are overviews. And we can go a step further, and we can actually show more detailed information about each of these objects. And so to do that, we're going to start just by describing the information that we show for raga and tala, and we'll move on from there. So I'll pass off to Vignesh.
Yep. So. Suppose I want to know information about Raga Todi. I did a text search over here for the Raga Todi, and I get this box over here about Raga Todi. If I click on that box, it shows me a lot of information about this raga that I have queried for. On this page, we show all the information about Todi Raga that we have in our database. This picture of Todi Raga is the pitch histogram that I have spoken about before. As I've said, it shows the amount of the swaras that are there in the Todi Raga and also represents the gamakas. This pitch histogram is an aggregate pitch histogram of all the pitch histograms of all the recordings of Todi Raga that we have in our database. Moving on, we also show the artists who have performed the Raga Todi from our database. This is ordered by number of recordings of the Raga Todi of each artist that we have. Similarly, we also show a list of composers who have composed in the Raga Todi. We also show the compositions of the Raga Todi that we have in our database. We move one step further. We also show you similar ragas to the Raga Todi. This similarity is computed on automatically from the audio based on the pitch histograms that we have over here. This is a content-based similarity. As you can see, we have Raga Dhanyasi. It also shows Raga Abheri Sindhu Bhairavi, which is similar to Todi. So, you might find something unusual over here. If a raga is not exactly similar, but it's unusual that you find it is listed as similar to Raga Todi. This is because it is content-based analysis. We are using automatic methods to compute the similarity, and we would love your feedback because we are looking to take forward the similarity measures that we have and improve our algorithms to get more accurate similarity measures. So this is basically how the raga information that we show for every raga that we have in our database. We also show information about a tala in our database, or whatever talas that we have in our database. Suppose I want to know information about Mishra Chapu tala. I go about querying the same way I queried for Todi Raga, and I can get to the page for Mishra Chapu tala. This picture over here for Mr. Chapu Tala is a representation of the Tala. Over here we have the time ticks for each akshara of the Tala, and we also show accented lines at the points where the Tala is accented. For suppose Mr. Chapu, the beats 1, 4 and 6 are accented. This is how we put the Mr. Chapu Tala. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as you can see. So we have 4, 6 over here, which is 1, 4 and 6 which are accented over here, and we have the other time ticks at every akshara of the Tala. We also show the artists who have, the percussionists who have played this Tala from our database. It is ordered as according to the number of pieces in each performed by each of the artists. We also show the composers who have composed in this Tala as with Raga, and we also show the compositions that are there in this Tala. We also compute similarity of Tala based on certain musical knowledge that we have. These similar Talas are Talas in our database that we show are similar to Mr. Chapu Tala. Talas in our database like Dhruva Tala, Atta Tala and Tripura Tala. These Talas have number of aksharas which are a multiple or same as the number of aksharas of Mr. Chapu Tala. Mr. Chapu Tala has 14 aksharas, Dhruva Tala has 56, Atta Tala has 56 and Tripura Tala has 28, which are multiples of 14. So we show these Talas from our database as similar to Mr. Chapu Tala. This is basically the information about Raga and Tala that we show. Alastair will continue.
Great. So coming back to this browsing navigation interface, we'd just like to show some more types of searches that you can perform and some of the information that you can get from it. So another type of query that we would provide to people and that we think people might like is the idea to ask the question, well, I'm interested in listening to a concert, but I want to listen to a concert that has some particular musicians in it. And so we can allow this query to be performed if you select multiple artists in this list. So we've selected Sundari Subramanian and also Kayaran Prakash. And so we can ask this question, what concerts were performed by both of these people? And so when we perform the query, as you can see in the result list, we list, as before, we list information about each of the musicians and the instruments that they perform. And we also show some concerts, and these concerts are concerts that were performed by both of these, at least both of these musicians together. So to see more information, we can look for more information about an artist, and so we can click on the artist, and here we come to another page where we show some more detailed information. So on the top, of course, we show some basic biographical information such as birth date and place, along with images and biographies if we were able to find them online, and of course we cite these data sources where we actually got these images and biographies from. On the Raga page, you saw we had a list of artists who commonly perform these ragas. On the artist page, we show the inverse, where we show common ragas that this artist has performed. So moving down, we then have a list ordered by year of the concerts that an artist has performed. And so these are all of the items that we currently have in our Dunya database. And because all of this information has been entered into these databases, and we're using a lot of open databases that are available on the internet, as soon as a new item is added to this database, so for example, after the new season, a bunch of new albums, a bunch of new concerts get released on CD. Once they get added to these databases, we can import them into Dunya, and they'll automatically show up in Dunya with all of the relevant information. And so this tool will grow as more music is added, and it will become richer and provide more functionality. So moving down on an artist, we also show artists that are similar to this one, and some common collaborating artists, and Vignesh will go into more detail about how these work.
So like we spoke about a vocalist, Sanjay Subramaniam, the artist of a percussionist, a percussionist shows details about the artist, like Alastair spoke about. But over here, instead of the ragas that he performs, we show the talas that the percussionist has performed. And we again go ahead and show the concerts in which this artist has performed. Even though he's not a lead artist, we show the concerts that he has performed in and collaborated with other artists. You can go to similarity. So on this page, we also show artists who are similar to Sanjay Subramaniam. This similarity measure is basically the lineage of the artist in question. The most similar artist to Sanjay Subramaniam would be his gurus. As you can see over here, Srimati Rukmini Ramani and Sri Kalkata Krishnamurti are most similar to Sanjay Subramaniam. And after that, we follow it up with a student of the same guru who has learnt on the same period as Ramani. Sorry. We will correct that. Thank you. Yeah, sure. So we show also the artists who have learnt with Sanjay Subramaniam under the same guru. This is also ordered by age. So if a person is learnt with the same guru as Sanjay Subramaniam much later or much before Sanjay Subramaniam, he'll be less similar to Sanjay Subramaniam. An artist who has learnt with the same guru at the same time as Sanjay Subramaniam, or who is of the same age as Sanjay Subramaniam, would be more similar. As you can see here, we show P. Unikrishnan. If you click on the plus sign over here, it shows why he is similar to Sanjay Subramaniam, since he shares the same guru, Kalkata Krishnamurti. We go on to show common collaborating artists also. These are ordered by the number of concerts that they have collaborated with Sanjay Subramaniam in our database. We have Sri Naga Muralidharan, Sri Srimushnam Rajarao, R.K. Sriram Kumar, Sri K. Arun Prakash. If you click on the plus sign, it also shows the number of concerts that they have collaborated and the concerts in which they have collaborated with Sanjay Subramaniam. So this is another way to go into a concert you want to hear in which a certain artist has collaborated with Sanjay Subramaniam. So let's see the same query. Suppose I want to listen to a concert that in which Arun Prakash, K. Arun Prakash has collaborated with Sanjay Subramaniam. I click on the plus sign. It takes me to the albums that he has collaborated with, and I click on the album that I want to go to. Once I click on that page, it takes me to information about that album, about that concert that I want to listen to. In this page on the top, we show the cover art of the album that we have obtained from our data sources. We show the year in which it is recorded, the length of the recording. We also show a list of tracks that are there in this concert. These are not particularly ordered as of now. We also show the artists who have performed in this concert. These are the collaborating artists and the artist who has performed the concert too. If you click on the plus sign for one of these, for any of these artists, it shows more information about the artist, and if you click the artist, it takes you to the page corresponding to that artist. We also show similar concerts to the said concert. The concert similarity, yeah, you can click on the plus sign, it shows the concert, why is a concert similar to this concert. So concert similarity basically works on various factors. We have 4 factors over here. The factors are artist, common artists that have collaborated between these 2 concerts, common works or common songs, exactly the songs that are common between these 2 concerts, ragas that are exactly similar, exactly same in these 2 concerts, and talas which are common to these 2 concerts. So the similarity is ordered in such a way that concerts with the same work are most similar, and then by artist, raga, tala, and so on. So as you can see, if you click on one of the factors, it shows you why it is similar. It is similar because the work Tyagaraja Palya Shumam is common in this concert and this concert of Sanjay Subramaniam. This is how the concert similarity is ordered. And if you want to listen to a recording of Santana Gopala Krishnan by Sanjay Subramaniam of this concert, you click on that track, and it comes back to our page, which shows all the details about a recording. a few more words about this page. So, why don't we play a little bit? Sri Lakshmi Varaham, sorry. Can you zoom? Stop. You can stop. So, as you can see over here, when he stood on pa, the pitch track shows pa exactly. This is basically tracking what is being sung, and you get a visual aid to what you're hearing, which is a little more intuitive to the listener, and he can visualize what he is hearing. You also see the various shapes which are indicative of the different gamakas that are being not exactly different gamakas that are being sung. If this will again give you an intuitive feeling for the it'll give you an intuitive visualization of what is being sung as you hear it. We were talking about similarity based on motifs in Sankalp stock, and we want to use these this pitch contour basically on for the task of similarity. You can go to the other page. Yeah. As you can see, if we play this song, so he sang Rama Dayajudave twice, it's exactly the same way. You can see that the pitch contour, the shape of the phrase Rama Dayajudave is also the same over here. So if someone wants to, so this gives you a visual aid as to what is the two phrases that are similar. If someone wants to query for this similar phrase, our future work is to try and enable the querying of such phrases and getting and extracting them from our database or from the same concepts. Alastair. That's it. So this is our database. This is our tool, music exploration tool, Dunya, and basically most of our research has been put into Dunya, and we want to improve all our algorithms to have more accuracy and more features for enhanced listening. And let's listen to some music and